Hi everyone. Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella held a session with analysts kind of talking about what happened in its most recent quarter. So I wanted to go through, provide some highlights into what's going on with Microsoft stocks. So let's get right into it. Starting with the CEO talking about organizations are exercising caution given given the macroeconomic uncertainty. And I think we're seeing this across several businesses, across several industries, where businesses are scaling back and saying, okay, let's reduce spending, let's see where the consumer goes, let's see how they'll react as the Federal Reserve has increased interest rates dramatically and as the Russian invasion of Ukraine lingers on. So let's kind of be more cautious and let's not spend on these kinds of aggressive growth prospects. And so this is an important time for Microsoft to work with our customers, helping them realize more value from their tech spend and building long-term loyalty and share position while internally aligning our own cost structure with our revenue growth. So this is what Microsoft is working on now, is trying to help their customers get the most bang for their buck, right? When they're spending with Microsoft on enterprise solutions, now Microsoft wants to spend more time working with those businesses, trying to highlight key aspects of those services that Microsoft is selling to try and get their customers to utilize it more and to realize more return on that investment. And that way, these customers will turn into more loyal customers of Microsoft for the longer term. Because right now, the sales prospects don't look that excellent for Microsoft. So instead of spending its energy and effort and resources trying to reach out and capture new customers, they're doubling down on existing customers, trying to serve them better, trying to gain their trust, trying to gain their loyalty right now, so that in the longer term, these customers can expand their spend with Microsoft, which I think is a good idea. I think this is a great time to double down on your existing customers, serve them better, rather than going out and trying to acquire new customers at a time when enterprises worldwide are kind of reducing their spend, right? They're not looking to go out and spend more. So this is, in my opinion, an excellent strategy from a CEO, Satya Nadella, who has been credited for incredible performance at Microsoft in the time that he's been there. And adding, we are going to lead in the AI era. And yeah, I mean, we'll see further down Microsoft investments in ChatGPT and how that's implementing and how that's going to be implemented across the rest of its business. Microsoft Cloud exceeded 27 billion in quarterly revenue, which was up 22% and 29% in constant currency. Moving to the cloud is the best way for any customer in today's economy to mitigate demand uncertainty and energy costs while gaining efficiencies of cloud native development. That's true. One way businesses can reduce their risk in terms of having a mismatch between costs and revenue is to move to the cloud, because most cloud service providers like Microsoft will bill you on consumption based services. So if you don't use up that much cloud data or cloud services, you won't have to pay as much. Whereas if you have these services in house in your facility, in your offices, then you're going to have to pay for these costs regardless of where your revenue is, where your usage is. And so by moving to the cloud, you kind of take away a fixed expense and you turn it into a variable expense. And variable expense makes your business less risky because variable expense is usually connected to sales. And if sales falls, your expenses falls also. Sales rise, your expenses rise. So your business is less risky. Yes, there's a downside to that, meaning that when revenues rise, your operating profits won't rise as much because your expenses are also rising, but you get the protection on the downside as well. So overall, it's lower risk and lower upside, but many businesses right now especially are thinking about lower risk, not about the upside, right? Because there's so much uncertainty, there's so much fears of a recession in the market today that it's not about thinking about upside, it's thinking about protecting the downside. Now on to data. Customers continue to use and implement Microsoft Intelligent Data Platform over the competition because of its comprehensiveness, integration, and lower cost. Data management is an increasingly growing industry, and Microsoft saying that it's getting chosen over all of its competition. There's a lot of competition out there in this space, but Microsoft offers comprehensiveness, integration, and lower cost, which is a competitive advantage for Microsoft. And I'll end with its comments on artificial intelligence. The age of artificial intelligence is upon us, and Microsoft is powering it. We are witnessing non-linear improvements in capability of foundation models, which are making available as which they are making available as platforms. And their partners like OpenAI have launched the ChatGPT platform, which is gaining widespread popularity for its strong learning based language models and its potential to be integrated into business processes. Microsoft has made a significant investment in ChatGPT creator OpenAI, so it's going to be partnering with them and infusing all of its own products with this kind of artificial intelligence, which Microsoft believes is the next strong secular tailwind in the tech industry. All right, so that's all I've got for this video. I hope that provided some insight into what's going on with Microsoft stock. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time. I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now.